welcome. I am Amarachi Ubani. Tonight, INEC concludes governorship election nationwide. Rochester, Okorocha, Darius, Ishaku, Ikpeazu emerge winners for Imo, Taraba, and Abia. The President-elect Muhammadu Buhari vows to probe the missing $20 billion NNPC funds. Confusion at the Muslim Mohammed International Airport as stranded passengers ask Arik management to intervene. South African government expresses anger over decision by Nigeria to recall its ambassador from South Africa, says action is regrettable. The rerun governorship election in 3 states, Abia, Imo, and Taraba, has ended with the All Progressives Congress winning in Imo and PDP clinching the other 2 states. And with this exercise, the governorship election for 2015 has been concluded in the country. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is now making preparations for elections that will hold next year. Also, with the conclusion, the All Progressives Congress has won 22 states and the FCT, with the PDP holding on to 13 states. Imo State Governor Rochester Okorocha has been re-elected as the state's chief executive. Results of the runoff election announced this morning by INEC's returning officer, Professor Oye Ibidapo, had Governor Okorocha of the All Progressives Congress polling 416,996 votes, and his closest opponent, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Emeka Ihedioha of the People's Democratic Party, got 320,705 votes. In his acceptance speech and Thanksgiving service in Owerri, the state capital, Governor Okorocha promised to reposition Imo to improve the lives of its residents.
After a contentious first election, the rerun has given Governor Rochester Okorocha a return ticket to the government house. And what does he do? Governor Okorocha takes his celebration to the house of worship to appreciate God and man for giving him another opportunity to serve. Family, friends, well-wishers and party members gather to celebrate with him.
This victory is a victory dedicated to the people of Imo State. It's a victory to the downtrodden. It's a victory to those who are called the less privileged people and the weaker citizens of Imo State. Most people have misrepresented me, and many of you do not know why I'm in this business in the first place. I'm in this business to leave a legacy.
The returning governor reveals his plans to turn the state around in order to improve the lives of the people.
And I did the most I did in the past, building 27 general hospitals, 100 beds each, over 250 schools, building new cities, without a presidential support. Imagine now, there will be a new Imo State. And what we'll be seeing is factory. Industry. Job. Employment. My people.
Governor Okorocha also reflects on the presidential poll that brought General Muhammadu Buhari into power after several attempts.
We contributed a whole lot to the success of APC in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The people of Imo State and Igbo by extension voted for General Muhammadu Buhari. Comparatively, 2011, result that emanated from Imo State was 1.3 million people for then presidential candidate of PDP. In Abia was 1 point something million. Ebony 1.something million, Anambra 1.something million. If we had the repeat of that result in 2011, there would have been APC victory today.
The returning helmsman has given his promises. The residents of Imo now expect that in the coming weeks, months and years, they would see the fulfillment of these promises.
Staying with the winners, Mr. Ikpeazu of the People's Democratic Party has emerged winner of the governorship election in Abia State. The governor-elect polled a total of 264,713 votes to beat his closest opponent, Mr. Alex Oti of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, who polled 180,882 votes.
After days of suspense, heightened tension and emotions running high, the Independent National Electoral Commission finally declared Mr. Ikpeazu of the PDP as the governor-elect for Abia State.
Anyim Chinenye Nyerere, political party is APC. She received 10,244, that is 10244. Alex Oti, APGA, 180,882. PDP is 264,713.
We can see that Okezie Victor Ikpeazu of People's Democratic Party (PDP), having satisfied requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
Abia governor-elect, all is well that ends well, tells the story of his long-drawn victory to the top seat of the State House.
I'm a bit overwhelmed by the show of support and solidarity. And that shows that our narrative and our vision for Abia is well received and accepted. I also feel a huge sense of responsibility on my shoulder to make sure that I don't really disappoint the common and ordinary people that I have sought to represent, which I'm going to dedicate all my time and energy to lift, because I belong to the middle class and we are a grand majority, the rich people are very few. So my duty is to serve and make sure that the middle class is not extinguished.
So, after victory comes the task ahead. Would the governor-elect be able to keep this smile on by delivering on his campaign promises? We will be finding out this in the coming days.
Following the outcome of the governorship election in Abia State, the national leadership of the All Progressive Grand Alliance and its candidates have rejected the results. At a press briefing in Umuahia, the state capital, the party described the process as a travesty of the will of the people and vows to challenge the outcome at the election tribunal.
ABGA, as a political party, demanded that the returning officer should keep to his first decision to cancel those results for obvious reasons that bordered on non-compliance with the guidelines set by INEC, non-use of card readers to do accreditation for the election in these three local government areas. Again, so many people were caught with electoral materials. Senior government officials of Abia State government, like transition chairman, and many other people, necessitating his rejection of those results.
ABGA Chairman Mr. Victor Ume. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has started the process of reviewing the just concluded general elections. The Chief Press Secretary to INEC Chairman, Mr. Kayode Dowu, in an interview with Channels Television, said in the review the Commission would be examining areas which it had problems in during the general election and begin to explore alternatives that would improve the electoral process. Speaking on Saturday's supplementary elections in Taraba, Imo and Abia states, Mr. Dowu said the elections went well in these states despite the pockets of issues. He also reiterated that the Commission would not fail to prosecute election offenders.
I think the elections went very well. As far as I dare say that all is well, that ends well. The reports from the field showed that by all the indices, we achieved a very credible and smooth process. Now, that is not to say there were no issues, and I'll give you, yes, before you mentioned it, we had issues in Apia, for instance, where we had some challenge initially with the drivers to take the materials out to the polling units. That was resolved, and the process started in good time thereafter. When you do an operation with hundreds of thousands of people, in these general elections, the commission used about 700,000 ad hoc staff. When you do an operation with hundreds of thousands of people, you really can't guarantee that every single one of them will not be a deviant. You can't guarantee that. The best you can do, and that is what the commission has done, is to say where there is deviation, you quickly isolate that deviation, and when you isolate that deviation, make sure that that deviation does not impact on the process, so that you can deal with it. And in Imo State, it wasn't only the politician that was arrested, INEC staff were arrested also for that, and that they were arrested at the instance of a resident electoral commissioner. So that is the isolation I'm talking about. But the point must also be made, because it has been made over and over again, that honestly the best solution to impunity is to have the election offences tribunal. Because the election offences, I've just told you that the commission does not have the power to arrest, it doesn't have the power to investigate, it can only prosecute before the courts.
The Chief Press Secretary to INEC Chairman, Mr. Kayode Idowu. In part 2 after the break, Nigerians set agenda for President-elect Muhammadu Buhari list power as a major priority. Please stay with us.